This time we're going to take a look at one of my favorite games. It's Unexploded Cow by Cheap Ass Games. Came out years and years ago as a print and play, and thanks to an awesome, successful Kickstarter, they reprinted this actual printed copy. Really cool game. Oops, it's upside down. They recommend 12 and up, but my kids play. They love it. It's 2 to 6 players. Takes about 25 minutes to a half an hour or so to play a game, and it's a really fun game. Basically, the scene set for you is that it's Europe in 1997, and you have two things in abundance: cows with mad cow disease and leftover explosives from World War II. And this is their creative way of dealing with both. You gather yourself up a nice herd of cows, and you send them wandering through the fields to see how many bombs you can blow up. And then the local cities and towns will give you rewards for clearing out the bombs from their countryside. It's a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. The artwork is amazing. And we'll open it up and take a look. Alright, so here's a quick look at the contents that come with Unexploded Cow. You get this color rulebook here. It explains how to set up, how to play the game, and it has special rules for the various cows. We'll get to them when they come up. You have these little franc markers to keep track of your money. They all have different cows from the artwork on the backs. And everybody starts with 5,000, and they're what you use to buy and activate abilities during the game. Get a standard 6-sided die. They will give you a couple blanks. And then you have your 2 decks of cards, which are the main part of the game. The city deck, which contains the various cities that you'll be playing in throughout the game. The points values here determine who gets to go first in sudden death, depending on which cities you've taken. And every time you manage to blow up one of your own cows on your own turn, you get the current city, and they reward you with whatever the card is at the bottom. It can be anything from taking money to drawing cards. And then the actual deck here has 2 different things in it. There are cows and there are events. Events, you can pay the price and do whatever the action is, and then they go to the discard pile. The cows have a variety of different names and types. The artwork is hysterical in this game. My camera here doesn't do it justice. I'm still working on fixing my lighting, but yeah, some of them are just hysterical. They have a price here. This is what you pay to buy the cow and add it to your herd. If the cow dies, this is how much you're going to get. And then the type is listed here, and what they do is down here. And the names were all chosen by people who were Kickstarter backers. That was one of the bonuses, was you got to put in names for cows. And there's some hysterical ones. Even the different types have different names. Everyone has a unique name. And then you have the various cows. I grabbed a handful of just random ones here. Tried to get one of each kind, but I might have missed a few. The spies, no matter who has this card in their herd, it belongs to the person who played it. So even if it gets transferred to somebody else, when it dies, you get the money. Very nice. You play these on other people, and they have to pay for the cost because it's being added to their herd. And then when it dies, you get the money. You have various just standard ones like these guys. Decent Cow and Proud Cow. And they're just worth points. I showed Wiggins already. He's one of my favorites. But yeah, when he dies, he takes the guy to his left and his right with him. So he's good to make sure you place him in a good spot so he doesn't kill things you want to keep. I love the artwork on this one. He's on a pogo stick with a magnet. He gets to steal bombs from other cows. Then there's a bunch of different negative cows. And these ones you play on opponents. They have to pay the cost because you're adding it to their herd. And if the cow dies, they actually pay into the pot the negative amount instead of collecting it. The general, there's a bunch of different ones of him. He basically lets you pass it off to somebody else if he gets rolled. Oh, I guess I had two spies in here. Love that one. He's a brown cow and a spotted cow costume. And then the mechanics, they're neat. Instead of blowing up, you can actually just have them defuse the bomb, and they collect 200 instead of the 400 for them blowing up. They're nice to put next to one of the guys who blows up the guy on his left and his right, or on the ends of your herd, because it's easy for your opponents to roll those. And that's just a sample. There's some more in there. And like I said, every one of them has a unique name, and the artwork is great on them. One of the really random things that makes the game kind of fun is the event cards. You never know what's going to come up. And there's things from win ball, let you draw a couple extra cards, take any card from the discard pile, put it in your hand, take money from your pot and skip the bomb roll this turn. Reveal cards from the deck till you find a cow and put it in your herd at no cost. That one's a nice one. This lets you steal another player's cow by paying them 100. Let you bring one back from the dead. This is one of my personal favorites, and this can completely change the game. Every now and then you get a couple people who like to build up a huge herd so that no matter what they roll, they're always going to blow up their own. Well, this basically ends your turn, and then you pass your herd to the player on your left. It comes in combination with, there's a lot that let you move. I'll let you just remove a cow. Like this one here. This one goes good with mission creep. So let you move any cows from your herd to somebody else's. I actually won a game with this combo before because I played this, moved all of my cows to the person to my right. They have to pay the cost for them all. And then I played the mission creep and made everybody pass their herds to the left. So I got all mine back and they had to pay for them all. Metal detector lets you roll 2 bomb rolls and choose the one you like better. Night shift lets you roll an extra bomb roll. And there's a bunch of different ones. I just grabbed a handful out of the deck. There's some that aren't here. There's multiple copies of them. Kind of a neat thing though. They add a lot of interesting twists to the game, especially when you don't see things coming. So at the end of your turn, after you're done placing your cows and paying for any events or anything you wanted for that turn, you roll the die. Now if you get a 6, you pass this die to the person to your left and they roll on their herd. We're going to re-roll it just for... what the heck? So we get a 3. So we start on the right, go 1, 2, 3. Poor Winston here's having a bad day. He's going to blow up. And we get 800. Now that would remove him from the herd. But before we do that, we can look and see what our others can do. And the lefty here can steal a bomb from any other cow in the same herd. So if we wanted to, you could save Winston and have lefty take the bomb, but then we're only going to get 400. It's kind of a iffy thing. If the general had been next to him, you might want the general to die, or him to die instead of the general. Things like that. The general's ability here lets you pass a bomb. If he gets picked, he can hand it to anybody else in the same herd. And on the same note, had these two belonged to another player, and we rolled a 5 or a 4 or 5, you'd count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that player's cow would blow up. Now because it's their cow, they get the money. If you manage to blow up your own cow on your turn, the town or village that you're currently playing in will reward you. You take this card and you would get whatever the bonus is here at the bottom, in this case 200 from the pot, or you get to draw 2 extra cards. And then you add this to your collection. When all the cities are gone, you add up the points. Whoever has the most points gets to go first in the sudden death round. Or if there's a tie, you go alphabetically by the name of the city, whoever has the first city. And that's pretty much the way the turns progress. You keep going until there are no more cities left, and then you play until there's no more money in the pot. At the beginning of the game, every player antes 500 francs into the pot, and that's what you use to get your rewards from when your cows blow up. Every time you buy a cow or an event for your side, you put the money into the pot. If the pot ever goes empty during the game before sudden death, everybody at the table pitches in another 500. And there's even rules for giving somebody a loan should they run low on money, because nobody wants to be cut out of the game early. It's a real fun game. It goes pretty quick. You never know who's really going to win until the very end. I know we love it here, and hopefully you'll like it too.